Hey, what's up? It's Ryan Nickel coming at you, and I wanted to share this quick video with you about my upcoming training that I got. It's going to be a 6-week program. I'm going to teach you basically how I'm finding off-market properties that other people are not even identifying. They're completely off the radar. I've done this training. I did it last year. I did it live to selected individuals. They paid as much as $5,000 to be in the room with me to teach them what I'm going to teach you, and yet the market has changed and we're doing it even more dialed in, more consistently, and that's what I'm going to be sharing in this upcoming training. Now here's the reason why I'm doing this. There's something that I want. I want it so bad, and my wife says you cannot use any of our own capital. You have to go out and raise new money, and I'm like, crap. I don't have the time to go do a new deal to raise enough capital. It's 50 G's is what I want. So it's $50,000. And so she says, raise new money and you can do it. And so the best way I knew how to do it was just to go ahead and do another training. I told myself that I wasn't going to do any more live trainings. And so this is not a live training. This is actually a virtual training. And I have made it so simple, so easy for someone to get in. Like the barrier is so low for them to get in just because I want some quick cash. I'm looking for 50 G's. I already got 5 people signed up, and so basically I'm capping it at 50 people in this virtual training program. You can do some simple math. It's going to be $1,000. I'm not going to hide that at all. It's $1,000. That's what it is. When this is all said and done, this will probably be sold for as much as the live day class was, which was $5,000, because this is going to be more robust and it's going to be more refined. And it's going to be, you're going to see some simple, quick actions to make some very easy, very fast paydays. And that's what it's designed to do. But before all that, I want to share with you, I'm going to go ahead and reveal 2 deals that I just closed on. One of them I closed on with a partner, and then one of them I closed on myself in the last 30 days. These are deals that we actually are cash flowing monthly, and I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to do this. And you can see the money is there. The money is so there. Like the $1,000 that I'm asking is actually like ridiculous. I should be charging 5 times that. To be honest, it'll be 5 times that. It'll be a minimum of $5,000 when it's all packaged and ready to go. But right now, for those that want to help me out get to my goal, I have July 1st as my deadline where I got to get that $50,000. Like I said, I already got 5 seats sold. This hasn't even gone out to the masses yet. I haven't even mailed to my list. This has just been all organic for people that know me, that have seen me speak and talk and stuff like that, and they know that I'm the real deal. So without any further deal, if you think that you're the person that you're going to be someone that's going to be able to take this information and run with it, again, it's not going to be just, hey, here's some forms, go fill this out. I'm going to dive deep into the forms for sure. I'm definitely going to go into the paperwork. I'm going to share with some of the legal loopholes that I've been using to avoid the due on sell clause. I'm going to dive deep into trusts and contracts and how to protect yourself legally. All the structures that I've built into my business practice and that I have paid tens of thousands of dollars to learn, you're all going to so stupid saying it. You're all gonna get that for $1,000. I don't know. Maybe at the end of this video, I'm gonna rethink this thing, because this is actually an absolutely no-brainer. You know what? What the hell? I'm gonna make it $2,500. There's no reason. The people that have already paid $1,000, you're in. Thank you for trusting me. After this, I'm gonna raise it to $2,500. There's no way that I'm giving away all this information for free. I mean, it's not for free, it's definitely there. Because it's my entire business model. What I have done, the structure that I have put together, the team, the people that I have in place, how I run everything. Virtually, I'm a one-man shop. And I have the structures and the systems in place that allow me to collect all the cash flow coming in and go out and find new properties, all of that. Oh man, what am I doing for $1,000? But before that, let me go ahead and show you real quick. These 2 deals that we did. So we got the Clear Lake example, we got the Garden Highway example. You've heard me talk about these particular properties on other venues and other videos, but I'm going to dive deep into these real quick. So Clear Lake property, this came from a wholesaler, and I love wholesalers because they're out finding properties that sometimes they don't know how to offload, and we saw the opportunity there. We picked it up. So we bought it for $58,000. Our total cash into it was 0. We have private financing that funded the entire transaction for us. A rehab, we did absolutely nothing to it, but because we have private money on it, our monthly nut is $487 a month. That includes our taxes, our insurance, and of course our principal. Actually, there's no principal; it's only interest only. This is the beautiful of this one. So this is the interest only. Again, this covers our principal and interest, but we can pay this down, as you'll see real quick how that would work out. We sold it, literally sold it in 2 weeks. We tried to do it with another couple. We had a dude, he was totally on it. In fact, he called me today, he wanted it again. I'm like, sorry man, it was already gone. Put it on the MLS, and opening weekend on the MLS, had a buyer, had multiple people look at it. Buyers said, I want it, wired us the money. So we sold it for $98,900. Again, we bought it for $58,000, sold it for $40,000 more than what we paid for it, like in 2 weeks. Like, I just marked it up 40 grand and sold it. He wired us $15,000. We paid our real estate commissions out to the agent. So take a $3,000, including closing costs and whatnot. But that left us with a $12,000 chunk of change that goes right into Hip Pocket National Bank. I mean, that's pure profit for us. So we have $12,000 there, plus the $995 a month is what we charge the guy. At $487 a month is our nut. So that leaves us a profit of just roughly $508 a month. So just a tick over $500. So recap this one: $12,000 instant profit and $500 a month every single month coming into our account. And we gave this guy a 3-year window. He said, no problem, I'll either refinance or pay it off by then. So we're going to be getting $6,000 a year, plus any of the principal buy down that we have here. If we just do it, because we have 3 years to do it, we're just going to leave that principal intact. He's going to come nowhere close there. So we have some equity built into this thing. Great deal. Again, cost us nothing, absolutely nothing. And we're cash flowing that one $500 a month, or $6,000 a year. On to this next one here. This is Garden Highway. This is one that I picked up. Let me just switch sides here. So this one actually came from a probate deal. So I mailed them a letter in March. They got the letter. We met with them. Things just weren't working. They got a call back in May. They're like, dude, please come buy our house. So I picked this one up. They owed $115,000 on this one. The monthly payment was $470 a month. Pretty sweet deal on the monthly payment for $115,000. I paid them $2,000 to take over their debt. So this one, they did have some debt. I bought it subject to. I purchased that house with that existing debt, paid them $2,000, and I was golden. I did put some money into it because the house was livable. Obviously, they had been living in it, and it was just fine the way it was. However, I wanted to get the most amount of money out of this as I could, because I knew I had at least clear $115,000. Now, this is on a very busy highway, obviously Garden Highway, and it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. No, it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house that had been a garage conversion into an extra 2 bedrooms. So technically, it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, roughly 800 square feet. Huge, nice lot. No neighbors really, because you're kind of, you're not in the country, you're in the city limits here, but it definitely is, you have no neighbors on either side. There's vacant lots on either side of this particular property. So anyway, $470 a month. I did put $5,200 into it to make it really, really nice and shine. Again, I didn't go crazy to it. Obviously, $5,200. I replaced 2 walls that were collapsing. This house was built in the 1930s. We had a roof that had issues, and we had some low ceiling issues. So we just did that, changed a couple of things, doors, faucets, just real basic, just stuff that would make the house kind of come to life for the new owners when they moved in. So anyway, I ended up selling this property for $150,000. So got myself a nice little spread here as well. Not nearly as good as this one, but it's definitely a good spread. I got $10,000 down, so after I repay myself for the $5,200 that I put into this property, I'm netting $4,800. And they are paying me $1,000 a month, so when I subtract my $470 from the $1,000, I am netting $530 a month. Not bad. Again, I got this house middle of May, gave them to the end of May to move out, so here we are in the middle of June, 2 weeks into it, and I've already got this thing sold. So it's pretty good. It's a good deal, man. So again, $4,800 right in the Hip Pocket National Bank, plus $530 a month. So grand total, all in all, we are looking at in the last 30 days collected $16,800 on both of these properties combined. And every single month, no matter what happens, if we go out and we blow this money on whatever we decided to spend it on, every month we have another payday, $1,038, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is why this training is so ridiculously priced at $1,000, because if all you did was go out there and get one deal, whether it was this deal here or this deal here, you're making a minimum of $4,800 as far as money back into your pocket, or $500 a month. But let's say you broke even. Let's say you didn't do anything. Let's say that the house, you got the house and the down payment and they come in at zero, so you have no immediate money. But let's say you have $500 a month. In 2 months, you would have broken even. But let's say you're, I don't know, Ryan, I can't get a $500 a month payment. Maybe you only get $200 a month. What will that extra $200 a month do for you? How long would it take you to recoup your investment? That's 5 months. But I can guarantee you, there's no way, if you follow what I'm going to share with you, there's no way that you're going to break even on this deal, and you will not make less than $200 a month per property. I can guarantee you. I'm in California. I'm in Northern California, and we are finding properties that are cash flowing $500 a month. This is like Midwest type stuff. Like, you know, you're living in Ohio and you have mortgages for $470 and you're renting them out for $1,000. No, this is California we're talking about. And again, this training that I've already charged, I already have 5 people that have raised their hand, have already paid me and said, yes, Ryan, I want to do this for $1,000. That's, I'll tell you this much. I'll give it 1 week. After this week is over, the price goes up to $2,500. If you're sitting on the fence and you're thinking about doing this, there's a link that's going to be embedded in this. Go ahead and click on it, because I can tell you this, starting next week, the price will go up to $2,500. I'm going to have less people in the room, or less people virtually, because I want to train people that are serious about making money in this business, but I also want less competition for you as well in your own backyard. I don't want people out there doing the same exact thing that you know how to do. And let me tell you, I have some serious tricks that I'm going to be able to share with you that allowed for me to find properties just like this. Now again, you may be thinking like, but Ryan, if you're trying to raise some money, why won't you do this? Well, it's true, I am trying to raise some money. I got 2 weeks to do this, but this one took a week to find, and then it took another 2 weeks to sell. That's 3 weeks, I don't have that much time. This one I found back in March, but they weren't ready yet. It was a probate deal, I let it simmer, they called me back, and then boom, they were done, gave them the $2,000, they moved out, and I did a little bit of repairs on the property just to make it up. So again, this one took me a little bit longer. I think this was all in all into about a month when they finally, the whole transaction, when they said they're ready to go, and I got them out and the work done. But for me, I'm trying to raise some money real quick, but I'm telling you guys, you have until the end of the week. You have until, Sunday. Today's Monday till midnight Sunday, and then the price goes up to $2,500. If you're interested, go ahead and get started. If you're not, it's totally cool. Just wait till it comes out when it's $5,000, and we'll go ahead and go from there. Or you can, put things together and get the $2,500 in the following week. But in the meantime, guys, this is what it's all about. It's about cash flowing. How many properties do you need to cash flow to become completely free, or to supplement your income so that you can go and do the things you want to do with your wife, with your kids, with your family, or whoever, with your spouse, your significant other? That's what it's all about. And you can definitely do it with this. I mean, shoot, I just made an extra $1,000 a month in the last 30 days. On top of the $16,000, and that's not including the flips that we're doing. We have 2 flips that are going on right now that we're going to profit from as well. And I'm going to be sharing all that information. Oh man, all of that for $1,000. If you're at all serious, go ahead and click the link. And I'd love to be able to share this information with you. If you hesitate, it's okay, man. I understand. Some of you just might not be in the situation where you can do this right now. But come back to us, and we'll hit you up when we're ready. When you're ready. But unfortunately, it's going to be at that higher price. There's no way that I'm going to hold this out any longer at the $1,000 that I have it in. For those of you that invested in me for the $1,000, I thank you for that. Those 5 seats, you guys are secure. And I cannot wait to share with you stuff that's going to get you in situations just like this. Guys, literally, like seriously, you're just one deal away, just one deal from changing your entire financial future. All it takes is one deal. One deal at $12,000, or one deal at $500 a month. My very first deal that I ever did in real estate was at my lowest point in my life. We were on food stamps. I was at that time I was homeless. I was living in the back of some guy's office on the floor trying to figure this stuff out. And I had left my wife and kids. We weren't separated. I had left them to go try to figure out how to do this while they were back in California and I was in Georgia. I was struggling. And my very first deal came in 3 weeks. Of course, I had a mentor that was showing me the ropes and how to do this. But in 3 weeks, I got my first check for $15,000, and I was cash flowing $150 a month. Now, for me, $150 a month was the world, because all I had was, like I said, my EBT card, my food stamps, and then that was it. So that $15,000, man, we made that thing stretch for like 9 months because $15,000 was the world to us, and we had been living so meagerly before. So after we celebrated, I moved my wife and kids out to Georgia. We went down to Disney World, had a blast at Disney World. That's how we celebrated. But again, we let that money stretch. I went out and got more deals and more deals and more deals. And it took me 4 years because I was struggling, trial and error, trying to figure out how to build this thing up from scratch. It took me 4 years to become financially free, to become completely enough cash flow that we had enough cash flow coming in that it completely, we didn't matter what we did, we had our bills paid. All of our monthly expenses, our housing, our food, our groceries, all of that stuff was paid with the monthly cash flow that we had coming in. But it all started with that one deal. That one deal changed my life. That one deal gave me the confidence that I could do this for the rest of my life. $15,000 to a man who was broke and beaten and at the bottom of my, just in despair, thinking like, oh my gosh, how am I going to support my wife and kids? Who my wife is also pregnant with another child. I'm like, what am I doing bringing another child into this world and I can't even support my own family that I currently have right now? Now again, granted, I lost my job. It wasn't I just like woke up one day and said, hey, forget it, I'm not going to pay my bills. No, that's not what happened. I actually lost my job. It was a very humbling circumstance and situation that I found myself in, but I still had a moral responsibility to be a provider to my family and a protector to them as well. And the way that I could provide and protect them is financially, by going out there and finding ways to provide resources, money, economic resources to the family. And it all started with that one deal. And that's why I tell people all the time, all it takes is just one deal to change your entire financial future. And that's what I want to end on is, whether you do this with me or whether you do it with someone else, just do something. To me, this is the best possible path because it's quick, it's easy, and you're helping people out of a bad situation and you're making a very, very comfortable living in the process. All right, just remember that you're one deal away from changing your entire financial future for the best. All right, I'm Ryan Nickel from Bootstrap Real Estate Investments, and I'll see you guys later.